You're listening to Daily Sip with Marcel, giving you morning moments of insight, laughter, and a little something to stir the soul.
Yeah. And good day. It is a Monday, August 18th, 2025. And thank you very much for listening to Daily Sip with Marcel. And we've got a number of news items to talk about today. But first, I want to start off with the big he said bro fest in Alaska, the big summit between Putin and Trump, and then what is going to be happening today. As you know, President Donald Trump recently hosted Russian President Vladimir Putin in Alaska for a highly anticipated summit focused on ending the war in Ukraine. This war started with Russia's full-scale invasion on February 24th, 2022, has resulted in estimated 2 million deaths, including both military and civilian on both sides. Part of this goes back to even farther, 2014, when Putin seized Crimea and backed Russian separatists. There's a lot of backstory history about Crimea and the Ukraine because they were all part of the Russian Empire, the Soviet Union in 1954. So the Ukraine is basically Russia, and Crimea's population was a majority of ethnic Russian, and Crimean residents spoke Russian as their first language and culturally identified themselves as Russian. During the same time, there's separatist movements in eastern Ukraine, pro-Russian groups declaring independence, sparking a war with the Ukrainian government. These groups received arms and fighters and political backing from Moscow. So that's 2014. In truth, about 30% of the Ukrainians speak Russian fluently and call it their native language. During the summit meeting, the presidents, both Vladimir Putin and President Trump, failed to secure a ceasefire. However, both sides said they made good progress and planned to meet again. So then, President Trump scheduled a meeting with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky, who's coming today to Washington with other European heads of state to discuss what was agreed to at the summit and determine next steps. What Trump would like to do is schedule a trilateral meeting involving himself, Putin, and Zelensky, or at least get the two warring leaders in the same room to negotiate an ultimate deal. Steve Witkoff said the concessions made at the summit were substantial, particularly regarding Ukrainian security guarantees. My thoughts are Ukraine has to be part of NATO to get the protection with the Eastern Alliance, and that is it. There will have to be a major war and include everybody to protect Ukraine. In reality, the Eastern Alliance will not do it, and they're going to give up on Ukraine. And the United States will be forced to either back Ukraine financially, like we're doing currently, or to just say, go after it, guys. You're on your own. The Ukraine is too valuable for Russia. Russia really wants Ukraine. Ukraine holds significant deposits of critical minerals such as lithium, titanium, graphite, uranium. These are all critical for energy, aerospace, and the defense supply chain. But if the European Union gets involved and NATO involved, this war is going to cost trillions of dollars. This war comes down to one thing. How much investment does the United States really want to put into Ukraine? And I'm not talking about the money. Now for something to think about. Okay, let's talk about the Humanoid Robot Games. Yeah, the games were held for the first time in Beijing and have attracted global attention as the world's largest competition for humanoid robots. Yeah, more than 500 robots and 280 teams and 16 countries competed across 26 events, which included both athletic sports such as soccer, running, boxing, and table tennis, and practical tasks like cleaning and sorting medicines. During the 3-day event, robots showed off not just their athletic skill, but also dance, martial arts, and even musical performances. Yeah, they had an opening ceremony with them playing music. The competition highlighted both breakthroughs and current limitations in robotics. There were frequent falls and collisions. Yeah, they were like a rock'em sock'em robot type of thing. Yeah, but notable displays of coordination and self-correction, much to the crowd's delight and amusement. Yeah. The event, attended by both academic institutions and robotic firms, offered organized, vital data to improve robot design with an eye toward real-world applications like manufacturing and elder care. Yeah. China's commitment to advanced AI-powered humanoid robots was definitely evident during these games. The Chinese government is aiming for rapid progress and industry leadership by 2027. Yeah, this showcase of how robots could rapidly evolve to support future societies is pretty amazing. Well, that's something to think about for today. Have a great Monday. Thanks for listening to Daily Sip with Marcel, and thanks for spending part of your day with me. If today's sip gave you something to think about, smile about, or share, pass it on. Be sure to follow the show so we can keep sipping together. Until next time, I'm Marcel. Stay grounded, stay grateful, and I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you for letting me be part of your day, and until next time, keep noticing what makes life taste a little better. And if you're loving this, don't just sip in silence. Follow us, hit the subscribe button, and pour this into someone else's cup. Share it, spread it. Let's wake the world up together, one daily sip at a time.